From OTAs around the league. And we start in Seattle, where new quarterback Sam Darnold is getting used to a new offense. Our Seahawks reporter Brady Henderson posting this from the first OTA that reporters were allowed to see. An up-and-down day for Sam Darnold, who was intercepted twice in a short span during 7-on-7 period in the red zone. So, Tim, what are the Seahawks going to do? They obviously can't go with Darnold now. I mean, this is a complete disaster, right?
Can you rip up the contract, Dan? 2 interceptions and 7-on-7 in June? I mean, hopefully he shows up to practice tomorrow. I don't know. Normally we do overreaction Mondays during the season, but we can do, overreaction Tuesdays right now. Look, you never know the scenarios in these things. You also never know what they're trying to do. You have a lot of young guys in there, oftentimes, running wrong routes, things of that nature. I think Darnold in Seattle is a great match. I think he ends up playing well for him.
Yeah, pretty good chance he bounces back from a couple of June minicamp or OTA interceptions. I know you quarterbacks like to stick together, so here's Joe Burrow, presumably in support of Sam Darnold, throwing an interception in OTAs today. So
there you go, Joe Burrow's throwing interceptions. The whole count, let's count everyone's interceptions in OTAs might be the most comically hilarious aspect of offseason. I mean seriously, like for those of you who don't realize, Matt was being 100% sarcastic and was joking. Or excuse me, Tim Hasselback. This is always funny to me, because like he said, and he can voice this better than I could ever. You don't know what they're working on, what the story is. Are the receivers running wrong routes? There's just you don't know what they're trying to accomplish in any given moment. It's just nonsense. It really is. It's just the peak of, we just have nothing to talk about, so let's talk about interceptions and practices. Like, not even like real practice, quite frankly. And that's why I think it was kind of perfect that they showed Joe Burrow throwing a pretty basic interception as well. And it's just like, yeah, it literally does not mean a thing. I'm excited to see Sam Darnold with the Seattle Seahawks. Like, when I see all these conversations post Minnesota Vikings, when you watch Sam Darnold throughout all of last season, and he gets just no credit for what he was able to achieve with Minnesota, which is insane, by the way. And then he now leaves, and now just all the hyper doubt that you have. I think the best thing that the Seattle Seahawks have going for them is just the lack of belief that the media, that opposing fan bases have. I mean, their ability to rally behind that and to really prove people wrong and to really build something there. I'm going to be so locked into the Seattle Seahawks to see what they can do and how they can pull off some of these wins. I mean, I'm pumped for it, truly, because you better believe I am going to be doing victory laps when Sam Darnold gets settled in with Seattle. You better believe that, because there's so many people that are just salivating at the idea of Sam Darnold just not being a good quarterback, and that he's just essentially going to be a disaster with Seattle, because the only reason why he looked even remotely competent was because of everything else in Minnesota, rather than recognizing that football is very collaborative. And when they say, well, Kirk Cousins, yeah, Kirk Cousins is a really, really good quarterback. You got Dak Prescott signing $200+ million contracts, and him and Kirk Cousins have similar stats. And quite frankly, Kirk Cousins is a better passer of the ball. Dak Prescott is just a little bit cooler, a little bit younger, and is not just some older dude. But in terms of like actual production on the field, come see me. So this idea that just because we saw Sam Darnold hold his own and ball with the Minnesota Vikings, that he just deserves no credit for it. It's just a lazy take. So I'm excited to see what he can do with Seattle. I don't think it's going to be this like easy, linear, each week they're just better and better and better and better and better and better and better. I think there will be some growing pains. At this point, though, Sam Darnold is pretty well versed in going to a new team, new coaching staff, new players, new cast of characters. Heck, just being in a new area, new locker room, like all of that stuff adds up. And the benefit is that Sam Darnold has a lot of experience now doing that. He's been around the block once or twice. So, and I think he's got a lot to prove. I think he's ready, committed, and motivated. And he doesn't believe, see, I have arrived. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to take on, I got this. Like he's ready to put into the work. And when you talk to some of his other coaches, especially his own individual coaches, like Palmer, when you hear about his work ethic and what he works on and what he keeps trying to accomplish and how you see him get better and better and better beyond just what a Kevin O'Connell can do for him on the field, it's exciting. You legitimately had a higher level Sam Darnold playing on a better team with a better coaching staff than he had in the past. And so now you're taking this better version Sam Darnold and you're bringing him to Seattle. So I think it's I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I think there's a lot of success to be had. Honestly, I really, really do. So, again, like anything, there's going to be a lot of other variables and a lot of other factors at play. You have to see how some of these draft picks, how quickly do they hit in any of the other offseason moves that they made. I don't think anyone would confuse the Seattle Seahawks with this like absolute stacked, ready to pop roster, but I do think that there's still a ton to like. I mean, quite frankly, even with Geno Smith last year, like I felt like they were still kind of right on the cusp. They were like right there. They really were. You're watching them, and I'm like, this team is a pretty good team. Not great, but they're like, I watch a game and I'm like, I'm really impressed. But then I watch another game and I'm like, And I definitely kind of went back and forth. And a lot of Seattle Seahawks fans like called me out. They were like, "You're sleeping on the Seahawks. You're sleeping on the Seahawks." I'm like, I don't know. And I think I accurately assessed them, quite frankly. And I see a path where they can actually take a step forward. Like that to me is like anytime I think that you can actually take a step forward, that gives me a lot to then be excited about. And I think Sam Darnold is a huge reason for that. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Sam Darnold throwing all those interceptions in practice? How do you feel about Sam with Seattle? Do you think they can have a lot of success? Do you think the team's good enough for success? Do you think Sam's good enough? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.